Hello guys, welcome back. Why do I say hello like that? That sounds stupid. But anyways, welcome back to another video where we're talking about deals, man. A lot of people on my IG talk about they want to hear some flight deals. Well, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about different websites that I use, and also we're going to talk about credit card that you should use also to book your best deal. So don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to comment, like the video, and also, if you have any other suggestions, please feel free to do so. So we're gonna go right into it, not to waste time. I'm not here to talk about my day and everything to drag the video like a lot of YouTubers do. I like to go straight into what we're gonna talk about. So we're gonna talk about deals for flights. Couple of things you got to keep in mind when booking a flight. They say, and I believe it also is best to book a flight 3 weeks before, 4 months or 3 weeks before your flight. Last minute flights sometimes could be good deals. Most of the time that could be bad deals. Also, they say typically it's always good to book on Tuesday after midnight, Thursday after midnight, or Sunday and the weekend if you're going to book your flight. So Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday as a good time. Like, for example, I just booked a flight, and the flight was $20 cheaper because I booked it literally after midnight on Thursday. So I think that's a good deal for you to continue looking for those different deals, right? And that goes for international flight, domestic flights, any type of flights that you're looking for. But also these days, I think what you can do also is having the right website do the work for you, so you don't have to stay up late night and really see what's going on with these flights. Like, you go work smarter because the different tools that we have up here, right? So the tools we're going to start with is the different websites. So in the past, I used Expedia, Kayak, Priceline, all these different websites. But for me, we're going to talk about a couple of different ways I was able to find some savings, and maybe that will work for you also. So first thing I have up here on my screen, as you guys can see, is Google, right? Google have their own traveling place. Like, they have their website called google.com/flights, I think. I'll put the link in the description below. So with Google, what I like about it, so you can pick where you're going. For example, if I decide to fly, let's just say we want to book 3 weeks out, so closer. Let's just say I want to go somewhere from the 6th to the 10th. This is just an example for sure. And I want to go to New York, right? Now click search. What Google will do for me, it will pull up the different flights from different companies and to see how much it will cost me. What I like about it also, in here you could put whatever you want. You want non-stop only, fewer stop, what airline you want to fly to, a specific airline, how many bags you're bringing, and even the prices, like, look at the different prices and stuff like that. The time you want to fly, you can filter it as much as possible or as little as possible. It's really up to you. Now, a key feature that I use myself is the price graph to really kind of see how much something's going to cost me if I'm flexible on dates. If you're not flexible on dates, and that's the only date you have to because you have a wedding or event to go to or something specific you have to be, there's no point of looking at this price graph. That's not going to help you. Now, what will help you is a price history to really see how much are you really getting a good deal in this price. So I like to see those type of data myself to see how much does these things cost if I'm really paying what the price of the ticket is somewhat worth to me. Now, also something I like about Google, if you decided not to book this flight right now, you want to wait, you could literally log in through your Gmail. If you have a Gmail, who doesn't have a Gmail? But anyways, log in and you could literally put here, track prices. It's a notification until you get email when prices change from January 6th to January 10th. So every time the price change, you get an email. It's like, hey, it's going up, or it's going down, it's going down. So help you to best make the decision that you need to make for your travel plan. So I think that's a good way to save, and also a good way for you to really see the prices and the fluctuation of the price, so for you to really know when is the best time for you to book it. So instead of waiting late night to book it and stuff like that, here, if you check your email daily as I do, like I check my email, like I check my text messages. So if you check your email daily, then you'll be able to see the prices of these flights. So you're able to see that and make the best decision. And another quick reminder, I guess, a quick suggestion I would say, look at the different airports also where you're flying to. So for example, New York, they have 3 airports that are real close. By playing with the different airports, you could probably get a better price also in your travel plan. So don't think because you're going to New York, you have to fly into JFK only. Just an example, LaGuardia only, or if you're going to Jersey, you only have to fly to Newark only. But there's different websites different airports you could fly to that could get you a better price. But sometimes there's no airport near, or there's no different airport. There's only one. So, you're out of luck, basically. You just have to make sure you book at the right time. But anyways, you get the point. This is Google Flights. I highly recommend it. And here, like I said, you have the price graph. If you have flexible time, with the dates and stuff like that, like it just tells you so much details, like right then in the palm of your hand, like they like to say. Or you like to see the price history where it goes up and down. So that's something for you to take a look at. It's like a nice little graph for you to look. They do all the research and it's right there for you. And please don't forget to use the filter as much as you can. Like you don't have to worry about price bags. You can put the carry-on price and it tells you how much it will cost with carry-on or check-in bag. Like it does all the work for you in the background, which I think is great. So that's Google Flight. I think I talked too much about Google Flights. You guys could see I'm a big fan of Google Flights. Google Flights like my Best Buy. So yeah, Google Flights is cool. Now another thing I'm going to talk about is Capital One shopping. Why is this thing just popping up on my window like this? Okay. Anyways, Capital One shopping, right? Now, you don't have to have a Capital One card to use this. Well, you have to have a Capital One card to log into here. But with Capital One shopping, this is what I like about it. This is an extension you can add to your computer, right? By adding this extension, this little S right here, you see, I'll circle it for you guys to see. So this little S, whatever, you see what the S is. I'm not going to do this again, but you get it. You could do the extension on your Chrome or Safari if you're using a Mac. This little S right here, anytime you go to a website. So not going to go to too much details. Like if you go to American Airlines website directly and you're trying to book a flight, it will literally give you promotion code that you could try. And by putting some of these promotion code, your flight could get cheaper. Now, granted, sometimes this promotion code, I'm not going to lie, it doesn't work. So you'll put it, another one. Every time there's a saving, if you have this as an extension to your Chrome or your Safari, something will pop up there and tell you, promotion code, try these codes. I mean, it's doing all the work for you. I think this is great. I mean, it's easy to understand. It works with different things too. If you decide to shop online and you want to look at something as Macy's and like all these different websites, Best Buy, Papa John, Disney, Sephora, etc., etc. There's so much website that this little extension help with. So I think even while you shopping, while you traveling, like this helps out a lot. Like you could save money. I save money by just that thing just work in the background for you. It's a good extension for you to have. So let that thing pop up, man, and save you some money, especially when booking a flight. So this is as easy as possible. 1, 2, 3, like you just go and just add it to your extension. I don't need to talk about this anymore. But anyways, so I'm done. Now, the last website I'm talking about, this is for people that have a Capital One card. I love this website. I literally used this feature maybe 2 flights ago when I had to go somewhere. You guys can read all the beautiful details that they have here. But anyway, so when you go, if you have a Capital One card, right, and you know when you want to travel, you could buy and wait for the price to get cheaper. So they have something called Book with Free Price Dropper Protection. Enjoy extra rewards on your next trip, etc., etc. But guys could read this on your own. But this is the price that I like. So cancel your flight for any reason when you pay a small fee. So I was traveling somewhere. Well, I was traveling to New York. Like I could say where I was going. I was going to New York, and I didn't want to book my flight yet because I wasn't too sure if we were going or not. So I think for my wife and I, we paid like $50 for the both of us. What happened is it freezed the price at that particular price. Now, if the price goes up, I'm not going to pay anything. It's just going to freeze the price, and I can go ahead and book it, and I'm good to go. But if I decided to cancel the flight, I said, I don't want it anymore. I think they give me like how many days? Like 5 days to cancel the flight, and which was perfect. So, and if the flight was cheaper somewhere else and I book it with them, they'll give me money back. So if you're planning to go somewhere and you don't want to spend the money, or you're not 100% sure that you're going wherever you think you're going, you can go ahead and pay that small fee of $50 or whatever it is to really see like, man, am I really going? I'm not sure, but I don't want to miss out on this good price. I'm going to make this decision a week from now. They'll hold the price for you. And when you're ready to pull the trigger, go ahead and pull that trigger, and you're good to go. And if you're ready not to pull the trigger, I think they give you a period of time that's longer than the airline. The airline only give you 24 hours if you decide to cancel. But I think they give you up to 5 days. I'm not sure, but I know it's like a long time for you to really think if you're going wherever you're going. So if you have a Capital One card, use that thing to book a ticket, people. What are you doing if you're not doing that? So, and if you don't have a Capital One card, this is going to bring you to my other favorite website. Hello, bankrate.com. Get a traveling card, people. This is 2022. Nobody, not even your mama, should be paying cash for traveling. A debit card? Where they do that at? Oh, no. Please do not pay with a debit card when travel. Get a traveling card. For me, I'm not going to lie to you, this Capital One Venture card, it's beautiful, right? And one of my friends, shout out to you know who you are, I'm not going to tell your name, he introduced me to Sapphire Preferred card. That thing is beautiful. That thing was so good. Like, there's a documentary on Netflix that talk about this specific card. They ran out of metal, whatever metal that they used to make this card, because they was printing out so much of them because of the reward that this card give, especially when traveling. Like, they decided to, like, they ran out of it. Like, people was waiting for the card to come because they didn't have enough material to make that card. But anyways, the whole point of traveling is the whole point of getting these credit cards, I meant to say, is you're getting points, and you can use those points while you travel. So I'll give you an example. When booking a flight with Chase Sapphire Preferred card, let's just say you have $60,000 in points. What happened is, when I was trying to book a flight, the amount of points that I had worth more when I was booking the flight instead of me trying to get that reward back. So let's just say 6,000, and I'm not sure, this probably doesn't apply for the 60,000 points that you get initially. I'm talking about afterwards, right? So for 60,000 points, I believe that's $600 back that you get when you spent $4,000 in the initial first 4 months, right? But anyways, you guys can read the more details about it. So that's $600. For example, I'm not going to say it applies to this right here. It's worth more when you decided to use it towards point instead of getting the cash back to pay some bills that you have. So the whole point of these cards, they really help you while traveling. So I'll give you an example. There's one card that I have that have maybe close to $150 in points, right? But when I decided to use that card, those points to book a flight, that $150 is now worth $188. Not that big of a difference, but it is a difference, especially if the flight is cheaper. Like, they basically give you more money than what you have in your points because they want you to use your points to travel instead. So yes, these cards, some of them do come with an annual fee of $95. That is something for you to watch out for if you don't want to pay. Some of them come with $395. Now, this is not for you, but there are some cards here, like for example, the Capital One Venture One Reward card is a $0 annual fee. Like you could start small, then you could move into the Capital One Venture, you could move into the Chase Sapphire, and if you keep on traveling for value premium, you can move into $395 because you outside like that. So use it wisely. Like I would legit said, one of the good way also for you to know how to book a flight. Did I just scratch my nose? But anyways, you get it. The best way to book a flight also is to have the right card. By having the right card and doing the right research, you could save money on your flight, and also you could earn points. By earning those points could help you to travel more. Hopefully all this gibberish I think I'm saying makes sense, and you guys really understand what I'm trying to make, what I'm trying to say here, and use the resource that's available for you. Don't just think I'm going on vacation, I saved some money, now I'm going to go on vacation. No, like there are so many ways to use the point system that we have for these credit cards, so many ways to use the different websites that are built into these credit card companies. Now, granted, of course, they're built in a way for you to spend the money and for them to earn interest on your money. But if you're smart enough and you're disciplined, you can use those things for your own benefit. So make sure you do your own research for sure. But this is just my personal opinion. It's been working out for me, and I'm going to continue using it. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave a comments below and let me know. So to recap, we spoke about Google Flights. I think Google Flights is the best way to do it. You know, even if you don't want to get a credit card, you want to pay cash for it, a debit card, it's up to you. Another one I would say, get that extension added real quick. You could do that really, really quick. It doesn't cost you anything. It's straightforward. And the second one, if you have a Capital One travel card, like use this feature, people. This is for my Capital One people. If you have a Capital One card, you're not using this feature, something wrong with you. The fourth or third thing, what I just said, is basically to make sure you have the right card. Like you could go to Bankrate. It's my other favorite website, y'all. Bankrate.com, and under Bankrate, you can put what type of card you want to get. You could put travel, and they all will come up here. These are all the travel cards that they'll give you, and they'll give you the card details and bank review, etc., to really see what's the best card for you. So do the research, get the right card, pick the right website, and have safe travels, guys. Thank you for coming. Please don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button. Hopefully you like this video. If you feel like I'm talking too much or anything, please leave a comment. I don't care. Talk good or bad, but like button, subscribe, and follow me on IG, y'all. Jerry Deals, and peace out. Deuces.